Looky what I got. I got the new Omnipod DASH system. So for those of you who aren't familiar, the Omnipod DASH is the newest Omnipod that they have. And this is essentially the control station for entering your blood sugars and commanding your pod, telling it how much insulin to give you. This one is super slick. It kind of looks like an iPhone, to be honest. The picture of what the display screen looks like. Alright, so here's what the carrying case looks like opened up. It comes with a little suggestion here. So it looks like you put your pod or your PDM over here. Your Lancet goes here. Your meter would sit right in this spot, and then test strips and vial of insulin goes there. And it's got an extra little flap here for any maybe medical cards or any little notes or pens or whatever you want to keep in here. So again, a little bit bigger than my other one. Cat. This is the old one. So here's the old one opened up, just for size comparison. See the difference there. To show you too what the pods looked like. So they're pretty similar. The only thing that I really noticed that's different is this tabby is blue instead of clear. They did send some Contour Next test strip, so I'll have to see if my insurance covers this test strip and get my doctor to fill that prescription. It also comes with 2 packages of Lancets and a new meter, like I said, and then you saw the welcome kit, so that's going to have all your information in it, emergency contact information if the pump were to stop working, and that's that. Well, let's get this thing set up. So you just saw me plugging in the new PDM, and I said before I was a little bit nervous about getting all my settings transferred over to it. One second, baby's crying. So I was nervous about getting all my current or existing settings transferred over to the new one, and actually the first page in the quick start guide says that if you're a current user, start here, and this walks you through step by step where to find all your settings, and then how to enter them into the new system. So that's pretty neat. I think obviously that's super important. I was worried I was gonna probably have to call my doctor and get an appointment to have them help me, but I know this page seems to be pretty step by step for me, easy to follow. So I'm just over here checking on charging status. It's literally been about 10 minutes. and I push this little side button here, and we're already at 96%. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it off the charger and go try to switch over my settings. Alright, so I just got through setting up all of my bolus and basal settings, and now I'm to the home screen, and it's telling me right now that there's no active pod, so that'll be my next step. But I do want to go ahead and prime this guy. They gave you the solution, and they give you another thing of test strips, so I've got 2 vials now. So I'm going to go ahead and calibrate this guy. $128. And the vial wants it between 111 and 136. So we are good to go. Now I can test my own sugar. All right, so I just pricked my own finger, put the blood on. Wow, it needs so little. I am at 85. That's good. My goal is 90. Oh, there we go. 85. Awesome. So then I would go add to calculator, and I would enter in how many carbs I want to eat. Let's pretend I'm gonna, so I'm keto / low carb. So let's say I'm gonna eat a meal that's 4 carbs worth. That would be my bolus. And it's gonna subtract the fact that I'm actually below my target of 90. So it's gonna subtract 0.25 units from the overall bolus to get my total meal bolus. So pretty smart. All right, so I'm setting up my pod now. I just inserted my insulin, and now the PDM is connecting to the pod, and you can hear the gears in there shifting as it primes the pod for me to put onto my body. So I did want to point out that after the pod was done priming, this screen is much different than the old Omnipod. So this one actually gives you step 3 through 6 all on one screen rather than having to click through each screen. So now that the insulin's all primed, all I have to do is remove this little guy and make sure that it gets inserted, the cannula gets inserted properly, and then I just hit that start button at the bottom of the screen. All right, so the cannula just inserted. For those of you just starting on the Dash, it is still 4 clicks until the cannula goes in, so you know when to expect it. Now I'm just taking a peek down here at my belly to make sure that the cannula is inserted properly, and it is, so I'm going to say yes. So my pod is now set up and it's complete. Gosh, I don't know why this is so blurry. But now my basal is active, and you guys, that literally took me a half hour to go through and add all my settings and get my pod hooked up. So I'm really excited. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you get the new system and how you like it. See you next time.